All right, guys. Hope you all are doing well. I know I said we were going to do a silent webinar. However, let me go ahead and break down what's going on. I was actually looking to take a sell on GU, and it looks like it already tagged us in and we're already in profit. So it looks like we're going to miss out on that sell opportunity. We'll look for a continuation. However, so if we break this down here, we can see clearly price sweeps these highs here right with this wick. All right, we break to the downside here, taking out this swing low. We have imbalance that forms here as well, solid. Going down to the M1 time frame, looking to see how the M1 is reacting to this green box here. All right, that's based on the H1. All right. So it looks like I missed. Let's see where the entry is. All right, here. So, I mean, this was not a part of London session either, so it's okay. But I'll go ahead and mark this up for you guys because I saw it pop up on my chart. I was contemplating on taking it. Okay. And then we could have taken a sell from this here easily. Our supply. And look for price to roll over to the downside. However, like I said before, that was not a part of London session. Now, this could have been an entry here as well, right? Same confluences. This is just if you're going to take a continuation. Now, we don't quite see that sweep of liquidity, so this would be a little risky here. All right. So essentially, I'm on the M2 time frame, and I'm just looking for price to give me some type of continuation, push to the downside. We're obviously going to target sell side liquidity down here. All right, that's going to be my target for GU if we get in. Now, we have just swept this liquidity here. All right, so this is the area where we may see price start to give us maybe a retracement. I'll be on the M2 time frame and the M5 looking at all of this, but I am looking for essentially continuation entries for price to continue falling to the downside. However, I do want you guys to know I am just going to simply take advantage of whatever price is doing. All right, so Euro USD. So we've just ran this low on EU here, right? We can look for a possible retracement. So we took out this low here. It looks like we could have also had an entry during or on EU as well for the start of London here. All right, this wouldn't have been bad at all. This wick, it just really depends on how this candle formed here. Okay, never mind. We wouldn't have taken it because it was this bullish push to the upside first. So essentially the M2 time frame opened up here, went straight bullish and then bearish. So we wouldn't have been in the move. So now for the boring part, we essentially just sit on our hands and we're essentially just waiting. All right, we're waiting to see what price does, what formulates. I'm essentially going to, I'll be on this live for a little bit longer since nothing has taken place just yet. Let's see. We may have something here as well. That's going to be a big stop loss. Yeah, it's going to be a big stop. So it just depends on if you want to take this type of trade or not. I'm not liking how this formed though, because this imbalance here, or this wick here, we still have imbalance, but this wick completely pushes back to the upside here. Let's go to the M2, M1. All right, we can see how price is going to react to this level here. I don't have the most confidence in the world. And remember, it is also Monday. All right, I really don't try to trade too much on Mondays, to be honest with you guys. I did last week. Phenomenal Monday last week. Monday trading. And I traded London as well last Monday. So yeah, so now we just essentially wait. Wait on an entry to take place. Now this area up here is interesting to me here. Let's move this. This area right here is quite interesting. All right, we could see price tap back into this area. A little bit of imbalance. Yeah, we may see price tap into that region there. We have an alert set for AU, so nothing really for us to do. Hopefully we break to the downside so we can get a continuation. And nothing to do on AU so far either. So we're essentially just waiting for re-entry opportunities to go short on price, unless price wants to go bullish. Now I'm bearish, however, because during Asia session we pretty much swept all this liquidity here, right? And here as well with this wick. And then we rolled over to the downside and we took out this low. So that is why I'm bullish. So we have multiple M15 POIs actually. We have this as a possible POI here. We have this as a possible POI here. And then that's all we have. So we have this area here that we could possibly see price react from. And we also have this as a possible POI that we could possibly see price react from. On EU. GU, I'm just going to look for continuation entries on the M2, so we'll leave that there. We'll go ahead and delete some of this. I think that was the M5, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it is. Perfect. And AU, we're just waiting right now. So these are the pairs that I will be day trading this morning. I won't be trading New York session this morning, however. I only have time for London on Mondays. Well, this Monday. All right, so let's just wait on that chart to load up. Alright, so this candle would have tagged us in here. Stops above the swing high. That's about, we could, so 10.5 above the swing high here. Alright, this is the previous swing high. Man, that's 10 pips though. It's a pretty large stop loss. Day trading. Oops, let's see. Alright, let's see if maybe the M2 time frame can give us another continuation type of entry for us to hop in. That 10 pips as our risk is just too much for me personally. But really, overall, I'm just looking for sell continuations at this point. This is lovely. So we marked this up during our webinar. Those of you a part of my free Telegram channel, we had a webinar on yesterday, and a student wanted me to analyze this for sells. All right, it was based on the daily time frame, and as you guys can see, sells are definitely continuing. So if you guys do want to hop into other assets for sell continuations, feel free to check out Euro NZD. For sure. Like, for example, this would have been a nice sell entry for London Open. Not bad. But that was just a little tidbit for anyone who wants to trade Euro NZD. All right, let's see if a possible order block could form here. Let's see if we can break this sell side liquidity here. So it looks like AU is still creating buy side liquidity. May purge. And I want you guys to look at how AU is the oddball. GU is selling, setting up nicely for continuations. AU is selling, or EU, excuse me, is selling, setting up nice continuations. And then AU, for some reason, just bought for the last 15 minutes. If we go to the lower time frame, we'll see bullish pressure here. Why is that? Who knows? Who actually knows? But looks like we just purged this buy side liquidity here. And not quite this one here. So far so good. I would love for this candle to give me a full candlestick body closure below the sell side liquidity. And we would need the very next candle as well to show us some type of imbalance. So we need this candle to close, and then we need one more. And then we could have a possible trade on GU. All right, so let's see if this candle here can take out sell side liquidity. All right, so we're gonna have about 10 more minutes on the call, and then at 3:30, I am going to start responding to my student messages. You guys probably hear my phone going off. My students are sending me their charts, things like that for me to look at for London session. So in about 10 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and start answering them. But hopefully, in the next couple candles, you guys can catch an entry with me. I'm not in the market just yet, but I am looking for an entry now. So someone just DM'd me and said, "Hey Mac, I'm on your YouTube live stream. What happens if price goes bullish?" So if price goes bullish, then we'll just use a flip opportunity, and we'll just buy and target buy side liquidity instead. So when you're day trading, you want to be very fluid with the market. All right, you want to find your points of interest on the higher time frame. Now my points of interest are bearish. Okay, I have supply points of interest on the higher time frame. That's why I'm looking for sell continuations. But if I had bullish higher time frame points of interest, then, or demand points of interest, then I would be looking for buys, targeting buy side liquidity. All right, so we have newfound sell side liquidity. All right, so we see that we drove into sell side liquidity, but I'm just not seeing what I need to see as it relates to my entry confluences. Now, I would go ahead and just drop the entry confluences, like type them out for you guys, but I do have to save some things just for my mentorship students, so I don't necessarily just want to type out the rules. So I'm trying to wait so you guys can take this entry with me. So here we have newfound sell side liquidity, which is here now. And we're looking for sells. So we're looking for sell side liquidity to be purged. Now we can see this was purged here. Okay. We can see this was purged here, but our secondary confluences that we need to see did not show up, unfortunately. Let's check on EU, see if we have an EU trade just yet. We do. Stop loss is kind of large though. And entry would be literally right now. I don't know if I'm gonna, yeah, I'm not gonna take this. Maybe we have to round that up to 8 pips. Yeah, I'm not gonna, I don't think I'm gonna take that. I want something with a smaller stop. no, we can get a continuation with the smaller stop. Or just give me a reversal, tap back into these regions here. All right, GU is still playing. Let's see what happens here. All right, so we have about 4 more minutes on the call, and then I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. But essentially, I'm just looking for sell continuations on most of these assets, GU and EU right now. Also, Euro NZD. Now, this should have been easy. This should have been really easy because we talked about this trade on our webinar earlier. So, and price was around this area here, I want to say. So that was simple. Now we're just looking for some of the same confluences on these other pairs. So we take out buy side liquidity here, but it doesn't look like price wants to buy yet. So that may just be a sweep. Now on GU, we've pulled all the way back with this nice bullish candle here. However, I want price to go bearish and start to target more sell side liquidity so we can look for an entry. EU is still playing around with our previous entry opportunity, but I'm not going to take it because 7.5 pips is a little steep when we have no type of sell side liquidity to target, which means we have to target 5R, and 7.5 times 5, I'm really not trying to target that many amount of pips for London's session right now. Hopefully New York can give us a reversal so we can start to interact with some of these supply areas that have been dropped but not mitigated. More than likely, price is going to give us some type of entry here. I can feel it, but it's just stalling out right now. All right, so it's 3:29. It's about 8:30 a.m. London time. So I'm going to go ahead and start responding to my students from London. I'm going to hop off this live trading session. Well, not really a live trading session, more like a live analysis for you guys. So just to look at my higher time frame analysis, if you were on the webinar earlier, I told you guys we would be looking for sells here, right? And then we would target sell side liquidity. All right, join the webinars, guys. They're free. They're absolutely free. We hold them every Sunday. I drop the link within the bot, okay? So click on the bot, click on the link in the description, join the Telegram, and that is where you guys can join the free webinars. We talked about this earlier. Already had this marked up. Looking for sells inside of this point of interest here. And as you guys can see, price rolls over to the downside. We're just looking for continuations. That's it. Right? If we go to the H2 time frame, it looks like price is targeting that sell side liquidity now. All right, so now I'm just waiting on my second confluence to take place. And then we'll have a possible entry here for sell continuations. Or you guys can easily just look for a flip, right? So in this case here, once this low goes here, right, you guys can take a sell from whatever supply is responsible for taking out this low here, right? Very, very easy, straightforward, like very straightforward. Go to the, if you want a little, if you want to be more specific, go to the M1. Once you take out this low here, whatever's responsible for flipping it, that's where you're going to look to take sell opportunities, all right? Just target 5%. EU, so EU is going to continue to push the downside. I'll just be looking for a continuation on the M2. You guys probably don't know how I take my continuations, so no worries there, but just look for bearish momentum to continue playing out. We may get a reversal during New York session, we may not, who knows, but just be on the lookout for that. All right, guys, I'll catch you all. I'm about to go ahead and get ready to respond to my London traders. I have a lot of charts to respond to. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on that, and then I will catch you guys on the next live stream. I know this was only about 30 minutes, but we'll be live streaming New York around 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday this week. So feel free to join in. We may do a free webinar on Friday, New York session within the Telegram. Right, so join the Telegram bot. All right, you literally don't have to do anything but click it, and my team handles the rest. Right, they'll update you guys on XYZ, literally everything you guys need to know. They'll update you guys on, keep you guys abreast. All right, so I'll catch you guys. Much love.